Right, today we're going to replace this Fitech on this 383 Cleveland stroker engine. I've got one that's been repaired from Auto Barn in Toowoomba. Take the one off that's working on here. As you can see, she drove in, running well. I'll put the one on they gave me and see if she works. Right, this is the one they've repaired for me. It says shelf 4 because they had it on display when they sold it to me. Anyway, I'll get into pulling this other one off and we'll put it back on and see what happens. Alright, I got the oxygen sensor off, CO2 sensor. We'll pull the air cleaner off, get all the fuel lines off, throttle cables off. We'll use all the same wiring. We know it works. It's plugged in. Just plug it back in. See what happens. I just run an extra earth wire here straight to the Fitech. So it runs straight to the Fitech back to the battery, just to make sure that she's earthing. Because they always say, try to say that's the problem when the ECU blows up. But if you Google it, you'll see there's heaps of ECU blowing up on these old Fitechs. Mine that I got from Auto Barn probably did 10 minutes work and then it died. But anyway, let's see. So with my Fitech, I run a return one, so that's the return, that's the fuel in. There's a filter right here before it. I have a filter after the pump. I used to run the one that was in here in the engine bay, like the fuel cell, but I always found that it would get hot and boil the fuel and then you have all type of trouble. So I just think it's best if you run the return line and go from there. Record. Doesn't take too long to get them off. I've done the undone the two fuel lines. Just undo these with the 13mm. This here's my earth wire, you see, straight bolted on there. Can't have any earthing problems. Anyway, I'll continue undoing these and then I'll start recording again. Alright, I've undone the bolts off it. I'm just got to undo the wiring harness, which is pretty easy. It's installed a little clip, unhooked, go through there. And I run the old timing off Fitech, so just got to unhook her off there, and water sensor, unhook her off down here. Bit warm. And then last all I've got to do is unhook the gauges that run into the actual engine bay. Put you back here. To run my handheld. And that should be her. The old Fitech should be all undone. I've done the oxygen sensor. I'll just pull her up from down the back. Right, finally got that wire from the oxygen sensor. They're the hardest, so I got to run down off for all that stuff at the back. And off comes Mr. Fitech. Put him over here. Put him over here on my towel. Nothing can happen to him. Give the trusty knife. I'll bring this box over here so you can have a look while I open it. Make sure nothing's wrong with it. Cut her open. Receipt. Fitech back on. snip's got this wire. That sensor got down the back. Earth wire can go back on. I'll put my washer on there first, but I'll twist that. Plug those two back in. Put that one back in my sensor. Okay, got the black Fitech in. I'll turn her on and see what happens. I'm going to say before I even try to start the car that it's not going to work.